Okay, dear students, please respond. Anybody? Fine. No. Roll number 26 available. Mahesh Babu. Mahesh, are you there? Mahesh? 431. 431. Please respond. No. He leave it. Just now he leave it. Okay. 432. 432.
Sir.
430. Please. So, is it visible to you? Yesterday's slide?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
So, in this, did you understand step index fiber and grade index fiber? Are you able to listen to me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. What is a step index fiber? Please respond. What is step index fiber? Even you can see with your notes also. We can copy that. Yesterday I already forwarded the PPT to you. Right. You have to. So next. 431. You didn't respond. 431.
Sir.
What is step index fiber? Hello?
Sir.
What is a step index fiber? Just describe it.
Sir.
Notes లో చూస్తున్నాం.
గుర్తుండదా మరి మీకు? ఓన్లీ 4 సబ్జెక్ట్సే కదా రోజుకు మనం డిస్కస్ చేసేది. యూ హ్యావ్ టు లెర్న్. Is core made up of glass or some other material? Core.
Material.
Is the core made up of glass or some other material?
Some other materials.
Core. You are not following 431. What is your name?
Akhil, sir.
Akhil?
Optical fiber, sir.
The core is made up of plastic
Optical
or
fiber.
optical fiber means? What are you saying? What are you saying, Akhil?
Sir.
Core is made up of glass. There are two types of fibers. One is step index and other one is grade index. In this, already here on the screen it is visible. Material used, step index, plastic or glass. Why you are not following Akhil? Call me personally today.
Yes, sir.
You have to learn. The students. It's okay.
Sir.
Please listen to carefully, and if you have any doubts, please ask me again and again. I am today. We have another class arranged by our class teacher at 1 o'clock. So in that class, I will check one by one what you learn and what is understanding levels, and we'll see. Okay, fine. Coming to the next class, next topic here. Very important one is mode field diameter. So it is an expression of distribution of the irradiance. So distribution of the irradiance. So that is a very, very important word here. I want to explain it to the board again. So see, am I visible?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So here, right. In this mode field diameter concept, so let me show this fiber here. Say for example, in this, you can see the screen. In this, light is entered into the fiber. So through some sinusoidal way, it is propagating. Fine. Is the entire light enter into the fiber is able to propagate or not? So that is the point here. So that particular word is a mode field diameter. Actually, I have to explain what is a mode. In the next slide, I will explain. I will start explaining the mode and what is the mode, how many modes of propagations are there. So if you see, so this is the core diameter. So there is a core. In this, the light is propagating, right? So here, somewhere here, you arranged some source of light, maybe a torchlight for the initial understanding, maybe a torchlight. So generally, a torchlight means a torchlight here, suppose this is the light, a torchlight here like this. Now, the light will diverged light is coming out from this, like this, diverged light. So whenever the light beam comes out from the source, it slowly diverges. Right. So similarly, when a source of light is given here to send the signal through the core, what happens? The core diameter and the light source diameter, one should be same. Otherwise, what happens? There is one more concept is here. For the fiber, you have the acceptance cone concept. Acceptance cone. So this is acceptance cone. In this acceptance cone, if the light is, source light is within the cone angle of incidence, then the signal enter into the fiber. Otherwise, it will be wasted. Maybe even though if it enter into the core, so after one or two reflections or refractions, so it will enter into the cladding. So like this, so it went into the cladding. So once the light entered into the cladding means it was lost. Fine. So the core and the cladding. So these are the very, very important points. These are very important points. We have to understand what is acceptance cone. With the acceptance of cone acceptance angle, the source should be within that limits. Otherwise, the signal will not enter into the core. So that's why a special word is introduced here, that is a mode field diameter. And the mode field diameter is very, very important here. And the expression of distribution of the irradiance, radiance, and that means the light propagating property. So here there is a here the distribution of light energy versus core and cladding. Please, here it is the distribution of light in the core and cladding. Core and cladding. So light energy is maximum at center. As the torchlight, from the torchlight, the light energy comes with more intensity from the center. So after that, like a Gaussian curve, it was decreases. So it decreases. Now here it decreases. You can see pointer option arrow. Right. So it decreases like this, decreases. You can see here, decreases, Gaussian curve. Similarly, here also decreases. So some of the part of the light also penetrated into the cladding. Here some portion, here also some penetrated into the cladding. So if the light entered into the cladding is more, then the signal is lost. So this is the concept of mode field diameter. So the mode which is propagating, trying to propagate, we are sending to propagate into the fiber, should be within the limits of the diameter. That's why it is a mode field diameter. It's very, very important concept. Please note down it. So after that, we have tremendous applications in medical, military, and electronics. So we'll discuss some more time also this slide. Okay. Some of the gate questions are given here. You can see this. What is the numerical aperture of the fiber? If the angle of acceptance is 16 degrees, we did it last class, in the last class also. A grade index fiber has a core with a parabolic reflected profile of diameter of 30 micrometers. NA is equal to 0.2, lambda is equal to 1 micrometer. Estimated the normalized frequency. Just now I have to explain this. Second question. Third question. You can find the cutoff wavelength. So the topic is not yet completed. We will see here. So in the optical modes, right. So optical fiber modes. In this, there are two types of fiber modes are there. One is single mode fiber, another one is multi-mode fiber. So actually, before that, I want to introduce some of the points related to our electromagnetics. See here, del square E is equal to mu epsilon into dou square E by dou T square, which is the expression for electric field, and del square H is equal to mu epsilon dou square H by dou T square for magnetic field. So we have the known expression del square psi, where psi is the function. Here in the bottom I explained, written here, psi is equal to psi naught e to the power j of omega t minus beta. So here, you know, psi naught is the initial magnitude of the Petrus function, where psi is the instantaneous wave expression wave. So similar to your y is equal to y naught x. So sin omega t, y is equal to y naught sin omega t, as in your sinusoidal wave. So this electromagnetic wave is required for us. In a similar manner, our light also propagating in the fiber. So here E and H are mutually perpendicular to each other in our electromagnetics concept. We learned that. So EMF and also in the antenna's wave propagation. So you know E and H are mutually perpendicular to each other. That's why TE and TM modes only propagate in the rectangular waveguides. So you know, so this simply velocity of light is given by the expression 1 by root of mu naught psi naught epsilon naught, where mu is the permittivity of free space and permittivity of medium. So permeability and permittivity. So you know it very well, and where V is equal to omega by W, one more concept here. So V means velocity of light. It is omega is angular frequency, you know, beta is propagation constant here, and where suffix P is nothing but phase. Okay, this Vg is nothing but group velocity, and these are all the very basic points which already we know that, and we will see where c is the velocity of light in free vacuum and Vp is the phase velocity. So clearly it is observed that epsilon and mu has very important roles here. So permeability and permittivity of the materials influence the propagation of light in the fiber. So definitely Vp varies. When Vp varies means automatically refractive index linked with Vp. So therefore, what we actually depend on based on refractive index, numerical aperture and everything. So the numerical aperture is dependent on refractive index of core and cladding. In turn, refractive index depend on the velocity of the light in the material. Velocity of light in the material is dependent on again permeability and permittivity of the material. So material properties are very important here. That is the point. Okay. Now, here, out of interest, I am proposing you there is a 1 minute. What is this? This some caption is coming here. What is this? Please move this window away from your. What is there here? Fine. Don't know exactly what is happening. Now, you can see there are several types of modes of propagation that electromagnetic wave guided in the. So there are T and TM modes. Just as I will reading just this slide here. Okay, there are T and TM modes. Hybrid TEH or hybrid HE modes are also there. But in free space, electromagnetic waves travels as TEM, transfer electromagnetic waves. Both E and H fields have components in Z direction in hybrid EH or HE modes. These indicates ET and HT are finite. So it is not actually relevant to the fiber optic concepts again. I'm telling that, but I would like to present this for better understanding of our please see here. Generally, mutually perpendicular here, H and H mutually perpendicular, only mutually perpendicular. Whereas in a plane perpendicular to that, mutually these two are equal magnitudes. Say for example, they are not making any angles with the propagating guide. Say rectangle waveguide, that means doesn't make any angle with the propagating waveguide coordinates. When the propagating waveguide coordinates are variable here, what happens? So there is a resultant H and E values. So therefore, whenever the E and T are variables with their guided coordinate, then a new E and H forms plane is formed here. E and H planes are formed here. Plane means in three-dimensional coordinate system, you can easily observe that, or in a two-dimensional also you can see. So Y and this is X. So this is called XY plane. So this is similarly X and Y dash plane. So this is X dash and Y dash plane. So this is Y and X dash plane. So like that, you have various planes. So when electric field is more predominant than H, then you have a EH plane. When H is more predominant than E, then you have a HE plane. So when the light which propagating in the E predominant field, then it is EH mode propagation. When H is more prominent than E, then it is a HE mode propagation. Generally, this type of EM wave propagations are not happened in the electromagnetics. Okay, so you have to discuss more on this. If you are interested, you can refer the Sarkar and Sarkar and some other Kaiser also discussed at this point. Okay, if you any doubt, we will discuss later. Just it is an introduction. So by electromagnetic wave, we have TE, TM modes. Similarly, we have TEM modes in the fiber optics. So these mode propagations are linked with your energy. In electromagnetics, E field energy and H field energy we discussed. But in the optical communications, you have only optical energy. So that is light energy. So the light energy is only varying. So intensity of light propagating through the fiber. So after this, we will see in the single mode fiber. So in the single mode fiber, only one path for light is present at the fiber is very narrow, whereas in multi-mode fiber, many light rays with different incident rays can be accommodated with which more data can be transmitted. So you can see here single mode and multi-mode. So in the single mode propagation, the light is propagating along the axial rays, So, and the axis are axial rays propagation. Whereas in the multi-mode propagation, the light propagate like which were discussed in the gradient index fiber. So there are two types of propagations. One is single mode propagation, other one is multi-mode propagation. Right. So please you have to look at this and you have to note down these points: single mode and multi-mode. So already we discussed the numeric aperture. Again I am why I am giving this slide is you should not forgot this particular topic. So again, numerical aperture point and the propagation through that. So based on that only, mode field diameter also explained the previous slide. Similarly, based on the numerical aperture only, you can identify, you can have different single mode and multi-mode fibers are differentiated. Okay. So here, one more important here the technical word is normalized frequency, and you have also, it is called as V number in this V number, and I will come back to you with some mode propagation with leaky modes and dominant modes. So I will explain again this particular topic in the next classes. However, you have to memorize this particular equation, and it is also very important. So please note down this particular expression. Based on this expression, we have so many problems we have to solve, and you have to memorize it similar to the numerical aperture. Similarly, as numerical aperture means immediately you have to answer that square root of n1 square minus n2 square, very important formula. So similarly here also, what is V number means? V is equal to, please note down, 2 pi a by lambda into square root of n1 square minus n2 square. So very important, or 2 pi a by lambda into Na. So simply it is the same, some relation with your C is equal to F lambda. So what is C means? Velocity of light, F is frequency, lambda is wavelength. Similarly here also, the frequency which can be considered to propagate this in the fiber, some frequency called as normalized frequency. So this frequency is equal to normalized frequency or V number is equal to 2 pi A, where A is the core radius, lambda is the wavelength, and NA is the numerical aperture. So how this is linked with the how we get this formula and all some large some process is there. I will explain in the next class. Not next class, in the somewhere in the mode propagations and leaky mode concepts are there, and fiber losses are there. At that point, I will explain everything very clearly. Fine. So these are some fiber materials. So glass fiber, as yesterday I explained that glass fiber and in the glass fibers we have halide glass fibers and active glass fibers and chalgenide glass fibers. You have to note down this. Please note down the plastic optical fibers self-explanation. I didn't read out. Please note down. But here, plastic fibers are not that much important. We will see in the at the time of wave windows. Okay. So coming to the, so these are all I will explain in the next class. So it is very important attenuation concepts. So I will explain this next class. See, so come back to the type of fibers, step index and grade index. In this, some parameters was given here: data rate, coupling efficiency, tray path, index variation, bandwidth efficiency, material used. The seventh point is attenuation. So this attenuation is very, very important, and a separate chapter we have on it. So may not be on the name of direct attenuation. So some distortions are there. So all the distortions, scattering, losses come under the category of attenuation only. Now, as we see, the attenuation means we send some of the signal, trying to send some signal through the optical fiber. Whereas the signal is, if it is not delivered to the other end properly, then the signal means lost. The signal lost means some attenuation occurs. So the attenuation occurs means total attenuation are of caused by the bending loss, absorption loss, and scattering loss. So similarly, in the fibers, one more concept is there, that is dispersion. So the dispersion is because of intermodal dispersion, intramodal dispersion, and polarization mode dispersion. So dispersion and attenuation, these two are the causes of distortion in the optical fiber. So attenuation and distortion, these two are very, very important keywords in the optical fiber. So we have to learn about this attenuation and distortion separately. So what is dispersion? I will explain separately, and we will discuss the attenuation also. So just draw this particular tree, which is very, very useful to you. So in this, sometimes in the university question papers, they are asking about attenuation and particularly the bending losses. So micro bending and macro bending, usually they are asking the theory and also problem in the bending. So bending losses. Similarly, you have scattering process. So in the scattering again, you have Rayleigh Jeans scattering, Wien scattering, and also Raman scattering. So say therefore scattering is separate topic and it takes minimum 1 to 2 hours. So we have to discuss for at least 2 hours. Similarly absorption, it takes also 1 hour. So entire attenuation, we have separate topics, and similarly dispersion, it is very, very important. So the dispersions, we have again 3 modes, so 3 type of dispersions are there, intra and inter. Similarly, in the intramodal, material dispersion, waveguide dispersions are there. So here also we have to derive some expressions. So based on that only, we assures the propagation of light through the fiber, and we can send some information, means you have to demodulate it. So we are sending something by the way of modulation, means we have to demodulate it. So we have to send some signal through the fiber, means we have to reproduce it. So otherwise, no use. That's why, so we have to discuss all these parameters. Okay. In the next class, we will discuss. Fine.